When my parents signed me up for a soccer team when I was 5 years old, I was hesitant. I had no idea how to play, I didn't know anyone on the team, and I had no intention of trying. But since I expressed equal enthusiasm with other sports, my parents persisted, and by the following season, I was signed up for soccer yet again. Now, in the previous season, I never attended a game. I always refused to play in practice. And I probably drove my parents and coaches crazy. But this time around, I had a close friend of mine on the team. So soccer became not only tolerable, but actually pretty fun. And as I became more and more involved in the team, I got to become friends with the other members of the team as well. Soccer became a way I could become more active and more engaged with activity. And I got to know everyone on the team, and I was able to make a lot more friends. It was a way I could expand my social circle beyond the 20 or so kids that were in my first grade class. So after each year of playing soccer, I grew more and more enthusiastic with the sport. I enjoyed playing soccer and being part of a team. In these past couple of years, I've gotten the opportunity to be part of the Drake soccer program, which has overall been a fantastic experience. I've gotten to know a great group of soccer players and coaches, and I just really can't wait till next season. This passion for soccer has led to my passion for professional soccer as well. While many of you guys will watch the Warriors or the Giants play on weeknights, I will wake up at 5:30 a.m. to watch Manchester United play Chelsea over in England. And when the World Cup comes around, I basically don't leave my couch for 30 days. So, this passion for soccer has not only become a huge source of enjoyment for me, but it has also helped me grow as a person. I have grown from a tantrum-throwing, stubborn 5-year-old kid to a more mature and outgoing person. And for me, it is hard to believe I ever disliked soccer because it has become a huge part of who I am today. About a month ago, my family attended a reunion where all my family met up in Denmark. And being Danish, the vast majority of my family lives there. So when I arrived, there were about 60 people there, most of whom I'd never met before. And there were a lot of kids, but they all spoke Danish and I speak English. So when we were being introduced to each other, it was a little awkward because none of us spoke the same language. Fortunately, I had one cousin there that I knew, and we started passing around the soccer ball. And pretty soon, more and more kids started joining in, and we had a little pickup game going. And we were able to learn everyone's names, get to know each other, despite not even speaking the same language. Through our common passion for soccer, we were able to connect with one another and have fun. Sports are great because they can act as a language that can bridge the gap between other cultures. My cousins and I had little in common, other than that we enjoyed the same game. But through this game, we were able to get to know each other and enjoy spending time with one another. A couple weeks ago, I read an article about a soccer game between Afghanistan and Pakistan. These two nations have been at each other's throats for the better part of 40 years and have not played a soccer game against one another in this time. But to try to improve their relationships between these two people, they decided to schedule a match recently. So for the first time, fans of both nations were able to view in harmony. And for one day, it seemed like they were like any other group of fans, united by their passion for the sport, rather than enemies. Just like soccer was able to be that thing that allowed me to get to know my relatives, it was able to be that medium that allowed the Afghani and Pakistani people to get to know each other. And that's why sports are so great. It gives people an opportunity to reconcile with one another. Soccer can defy cultural differences, ignore social backgrounds, and break language barriers. It may have only been a game of soccer, but it meant a whole lot more for those two countries. Soccer is not just my passion, it is the passion of hundreds of millions of other people. That is why sports are so important, and that is crucial that the organizations that control them do not abuse their power. I'm sure many of you have heard about the recent scandal involving FIFA, soccer's governing power. The organization's leaders have been accused of bribery and corruption, and has led to their current president being resigned after 17 years of being in charge. And has also led to the arrest of numerous other executives in FIFA. To me, it is highly disappointing that the organization has become more oriented towards enriching its own members rather than enriching the world. Through the World Cup, FIFA has the power to create jobs and improve struggling economies. Its soccer programs give kids an alternative to getting into drugs and gangs. Most importantly, soccer can create relationships with countries such as Afghanistan and Pakistan. This recent scandal has made FIFA a far more transparent organization, and for that I am thankful. The removal of FIFA's former leaders gives soccer a blank slate. It gives them a chance to make a new path and steer the sport in a positive direction instead. So hopefully going forward, their leaders can make soccer make the world better, like I know it can. Thank you.